Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to HJN. Here on Honest J. Nowak, let's go ahead and get ourselves a more simplistic topic. And I mean real simplistic. I'm just going to be labeling out planning. And yeah, I mean, I do got a lot of subjects like those, but hey, let's just get them out of the way as well. But going back to planning though, first off, if many people have not really known about the basic idea of planning, then well, let me label it out for you. For the most part, many of us happen to know what we're doing. But for some people who have no clear cut of how planning itself is supposed to work, then well, let me just explain. A short definition about it. Planning itself happens to be an art of which that people will put together some stuff together and in preparation for a certain event. Like if there was a hurricane, for example, then what you would want to do, planning wise, is that you'd want to stock up on canned items, bottled water, medication, a battery powered radio with extra batteries, and find yourself a stable, enclosed space to shelter in. What you would not want to do though is that you would not want to wait until the storm hits. You'd want to start pre planning within a couple days before the storm is expected to arrive in your location. Now, for those of you who are living in certain states that are sitting next to an ocean like Florida, Virginia, California, Oregon, Washington, Maine, and Rhode Island, then well, maybe you'll get the idea that hurricanes out there are just astoundingly destructive. Tornadoes, though. If any of you have come up here in Wisconsin or anywhere within the center of America itself, in states like Texas, Dakota, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, then well, any of those states can be plagued by tornadoes every year. Of course, we all remember the 2008 tornado craze, and there are still tons of videos out there that I remember pretty well because there were a lot of tornadoes that struck the state of Wisconsin, mostly F0 to F3 on the Fujita scale. But here's the thing. Over the next couple of years after that took place, thanks to YouTube and some other sources that I was able to look up, I was able to figure out how to properly plan for certain tornado strikes. If those ever started to come across here again, and we haven't really had any lately, what I would do though is that I would simply go down to a basement or at least a floor that is below ground, hopefully without any windows nearby, and I would shelter myself with a mattress or a table of some sort and probably a blanket or a set of pillows to protect against debris from coming in and getting me injured. But in terms of earthquakes though, it's a little bit different. It does work in a similar way to what tornadoes do, but instead of going to a basement and the like, you'd want to pretty much not be indoors in terms of an earthquake itself. But what you would want to do though is that you'd want to find yourself a structure that is very sturdy and anchored. Because some structures out there, depending on how the foundation is built, they may not be able to support the intense rumbling of the earth's crust, but depending on how your house is constructed, well, just simply get under a sturdy piece of furniture or something and then just hold on tight. Also wear something very sturdy, like boots. I prefer Lem's Boulders when it comes to boots. But personally, an earthquake is pretty dangerous as well. There's lots of different ways that you can go ahead and start planning for certain natural disasters when they strike, but for the most part, we do happen to have a lot of these types of things out there. I have not had a lot about hurricanes or tornadoes or earthquakes or most other natural occurrences that happen every year, at least from what I've seen. But of course, if you have something that you want to say about what you experienced at one point based on a natural disaster, then well, just label it down in the comment section below or even just send me a tweet. I guess it all depends on which I get first. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.